Al-Andalus, a name that whispers of a glorious past. It speaks of a time when knowledge flourished, where art and science found fertile ground. This was Muslim Spain, a civilization that illuminated the medieval world. For centuries, Al-Andalus stood as a beacon of learning and tolerance. It was a testament to the power of human achievement when different cultures intertwined. Al-Andalus was more than just a place on a map. It represented a unique moment in history. Three major religions, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, coexisted. This interaction sparked an era of unprecedented intellectual and cultural growth. The echoes of this golden age continue to resonate, offering valuable lessons for our own time. The story of Al-Andalus is a reminder of the importance of cultural exchange and understanding. It is a story worth telling. This essay will journey through the rise and fall of Al-Andalus. We will explore its triumphs and tragedies. From its dramatic conquest to its slow decline, the story of Al-Andalus is a tapestry woven with threads of brilliance and bloodshed. Ultimately, it is a story that urges us to learn from the past and strive for a future where knowledge and tolerance prevail. The year is 711 CE. A young Berber general named Tariq ibn Ziyad leads an army across the Strait of Gibraltar, his mission to conquer the Visigothic kingdom that ruled over the Iberian Peninsula. The conquest was swift and decisive. Within a few years, most of the peninsula was under Muslim control. This marked the birth of Al-Andalus. The arrival of Islam brought significant changes. Islamic law and governance replaced the Visigothic system. Arabic became the language of administration and scholarship. Mosques and madrasas or Islamic schools sprung up across the land. However, the Muslim rulers did not force their religion on the populace. They allowed Christians and Jews to practice their faiths, albeit with certain restrictions. This policy of religious tolerance would become a hallmark of Al-Andalus. The early years of Muslim rule were a time of consolidation and expansion. The Umayyad Caliphate, centered in Damascus, appointed governors to oversee Al-Andalus. However, internal strife within the Caliphate soon spilled over into Al-Andalus. In 756 CE, Abd al-Rahman I, a survivor of the Abbasid revolution that toppled the Umayyads, arrived in Al-Andalus. Abd al-Rahman I established an independent emirate in Al-Andalus, breaking away from the Abbasids. This marked a turning point. It ushered in an era of stability and prosperity. The stage was set for Al-Andalus to flourish. Under the Umayyad emirs, and later caliphs, Al-Andalus experienced a golden age. Cordoba, the capital city, became a center of learning and culture. Scholars, artists, and merchants flocked to Cordoba from across the Islamic world. They were drawn by its reputation for intellectual vibrancy and economic opportunity. The Great Mosque of Cordoba, expanded and embellished by successive rulers, stood as a symbol of the city's splendor. Its soaring arches and intricate mosaics testified to the architectural genius of the time. But Cordoba's brilliance was not limited to its physical structures. It was a city where knowledge was prized and where intellectual curiosity knew no bounds. Libraries in Cordoba housed vast collections of manuscripts from across the known world. Scholars translated works of philosophy, medicine, and mathematics from Greek, Persian, and Indian sources into Arabic. This transmission of knowledge would have a profound impact on the European Renaissance centuries later. The court of the Umayyad caliphs became a patron of the arts and sciences. Poets, musicians, and astronomers found favor in the eyes of the rulers. This royal patronage fostered a climate of creativity and innovation. It was during this period that Al-Andalus produced some of its most renowned figures. Section 4. A Tapestry of Faiths, Coexistence in Al-Andalus. One of the most remarkable aspects of Al-Andalus was its spirit of religious tolerance and coexistence. Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived side by side, contributing to the rich tapestry of Andalusian society. While it is true that Muslims held the reins of power, non-Muslims were generally free to practice their religions. Christians, known as Mozarabs, adopted elements of Arabic language and culture while retaining their Christian faith. Many served in administrative positions showcasing the inclusive nature of Andalusian society. Jewish communities too flourished under Muslim rule. Known as the Golden Age for Sephardic Jewry, Al-Andalus produced some of the most renowned Jewish philosophers, poets, and scientists in history. Figures like Hasdai ibn Shaprut, a Jewish scholar and diplomat, rose to prominence in the court of the caliph. Ibn Shaprut's story exemplifies the opportunities that existed for talented individuals, regardless of their religious background. This atmosphere of tolerance fostered a vibrant intellectual exchange between the three faiths. Muslim scholars engaged with Christian and Jewish counterparts on matters of philosophy, theology, and science. This cross-cultural dialogue led to new insights and discoveries. The convivencia, or coexistence of Al-Andalus, was not without its challenges. Periods of tension and conflict did arise. However, the overall atmosphere of tolerance allowed for a level of cultural and intellectual exchange that was unparalleled in medieval Europe. Section 5. Seeds of Discord, the Unraveling of a Civilization. The Golden Age of Al-Andalus, like all Golden Ages, was not destined to last. By the 11th century, cracks began to appear in the edifice of this vibrant civilization. Internal strife and external pressures combined to weaken the fabric of Al-Andalus, setting the stage for its eventual decline. One of the key factors that contributed to the decline was the growing fragmentation of the Caliphate of Cordoba. Internal divisions and power struggles led to the Caliphate's collapse in 1031. In its place arose a multitude of smaller kingdoms known as taifas. These taifas, often ruled by rival factions, were more concerned with their own survival than with the greater good of Al-Andalus. They engaged in constant warfare with each other, draining the resources and weakening the defenses of Al-Andalus. This internal disarray did not go unnoticed by the Christian kingdoms to the north. They saw the fragmentation of Al-Andalus as an opportunity to expand their own territories. The Christian Reconquista, a movement to reclaim the Iberian Peninsula from Muslim rule, gained momentum. The taifas, weakened by their internal squabbles, were ill-prepared to resist the growing might of the Christian kingdoms. The fall of Toledo to the Christian king Alfonso VI in 1085 sent shockwaves through the Islamic world. It signaled a shift in the balance of power in the Iberian Peninsula. Section 6. The Reconquista, a slow march to Granada. The fall of Toledo marked a turning point in the history of Al-Andalus. It ushered in a new phase in the Reconquista, marked by a steady advance of Christian forces southward. The taifas fell one by one to the Christian kingdoms. The Almoravids from North Africa stemmed the tide of the Christian advance. However, their rule was short-lived. The Almohads rose to power but were defeated at the Battle of Las Navas de Tolosa in 1212. This defeat shifted the balance of power to the Christian kingdoms. Only the Emirate of Granada, ruled by the Nasrid dynasty, remained. The fall of Granada in 1492 marked the end of an era. After almost 8 centuries, Muslim rule in the Iberian Peninsula came to an end. Section 7. Lessons from Al-Andalus, Echoes of the Past. The story of Al-Andalus is filled with triumph and tragedy, brilliance and bloodshed. It offers valuable lessons for our time. Unity is crucial. Fragmentation led to downfall. Internal divisions make societies vulnerable. Knowledge and intellectual pursuit are vital. The Golden Age of Al-Andalus shows the power of unity and curiosity. Knowledge should transcend borders. It should be a shared endeavor. History tends to repeat itself. Civilizations rise and fall with cycles of tolerance and division. Studying the past offers insights for the present. The legacy of Al-Andalus is rich and inspiring. It reminds us of the importance of cultural exchange and knowledge. Let us remember the lessons of Al-Andalus and strive for a world of knowledge and tolerance.